lineman Hammond Russell, correct?
So Hammond, just give us a grade and analysis of how you did Saturday, how the defense did overall. What'd you think?
How I did, I would say B plus. I had a few missed assignments, and I had a few mental errors that I had. I mean, I think the defense as a whole, I would say an A. We were flying around to the ball. Everyone was there was we had I don't think we had any loafs. No one was being soft, so I think we did a pretty good job playing the assignment and the scheme of Coach Alley.
How would you explain the assignment and how different it is from what you've done? Is there a huge difference for a defensive lineman or being a D tackle, being a D tackle?
Um, I would say it's not a huge difference. The difference is like the way you play it. I would say we're more of an attack, so we're attacking you more, and we're not really reading you. I would say for the defensive line, we're more of trying to make you play at the speed that we want you to play at, and we're dictating how the game is being played.
So Coach Rod talked about that you were one of the guys that kind of became his glue guy, and even were telling others, hey, stick with it, stay with this new staff, stay at WVU, even for the transition going back even to December and January. Why was it important for you to immediately, coaching change, no, I'm going to stick with it, I'm going to try to help recruit other guys even before Coach Rod asked me maybe to do that?
That was important to me because we had a meeting. I had a meeting with Coach Rod, and I asked him like if he wanted, like, what was his plan, and he wanted to win now. So I was like, well, of course I want to keep the guys, keep as many guys as we could, and definitely the guys who can play ball, and that was important to me because there's guys that know what to do, like that's been here in this program, and if we can stick around, they can talk to Coach Rod, and we can get as many guys and help and get as many players as we can get out of the portal or wherever else we needed to go.
And it also seems like you bought into Coach Rod because that would even have been before Coach Alley would even have been hired, going way back.
Yes, sir.
Ohio guy, do you know any of the Ohio players? Any relationships with many of these people?
Yeah, I know a few guys. I know one of the safeties and one of the O-linemen. The O-linemen, we actually grew up together a little bit, played football and played football together. Joshua.
I guess it's a pretty easy game for your family to get to, right? So you should have a pretty good crew going.
Yeah, I think I have a pretty good crew.
You having to ask guys for tickets and try to get a few extras? Or?
Actually, the guys asked me did I need tickets, so
Okay.
it's been pretty good.
Hammond, you're from Dublin, Ohio. Muirfield Village is there. You ever go to the tournament at all? And between Muirfield or Wendy's headquarters, which is more important to you?
Hold on, say that one more time.
Between Wendy's headquarters being there and Muirfield Village, which is more important to you?
Probably, I would say the Muirfield. I did. I worked it a little bit. The Memorial Day tournament, that was pretty fun to work. We actually seen like Tiger Woods and a few other people play.
You golf at all?
Do I golf? Mini golf, maybe.
Did you ever have a chance to do anything at Hammond Stadium, any games, any camps, anything like that when you were?
Say that one more time.
Did you ever have a chance to do anything at Hammond Stadium in Athens when you were younger? Games, camps, like anything of that sort?
Nah, I don't think so. I'm not. I can remember.
What's the challenge of playing against a quarterback like they have that's such a dual threat that no one really has been able to fully contain? Even if they beat him, he always gets his numbers. Kind of what you guys have on offense and what Coach Rod's trying to do, but what's that challenge like?
That challenge is, I would say, it's a challenge that we need to take on because this guy is a player. He's a ball player, and we have to be able to keep our integrity when our rushes. We have to be disciplined, and if we're not, that could hurt us a lot because he's a really, really great player once he's out of the pocket because he's very dangerous out of the pocket. He can run, he can throw off the run, and so I would say that challenge is one we need to be take up on.
You talked talk to Scotty Fox or any of the real burners at QB, or even Nico, who's a willing runner, about, hey, I'm going to be facing kind of a quarterback like you a little bit on the other side, try to get some tips. Coach Alley talked about that he may, the scout team quarterback, he may say, I want you to scramble and run more than maybe you would even in that particular play during a game, so you'll have that kind of glimpse.
I haven't talked to Scotty Fox, but I've talked to some of the O-linemen, like Robbie Martin, and I was just like, I asked him if he would like to play center this week for a scout team, because the center kind of reminds me of how he plays. Like, he's aggressive, he's gritty, like he's going to play through the whistle, he's going to do little chippy things. So that's why I kind of talked to the O-line. I didn't really talk to any of the quarterbacks just yet.
Y'all got a couple of sacks on Saturday, linebackers blitzing in the A gap behind you. When you know those calls are coming, does that give you a thing, hey man, I know if I can occupy two, if I can get a chip or whatever, I can clear a path for those guys that I know are on my heels?
Yeah, for sure. I really like those plays, because sometimes I'm picking for them or they're picking for me, and you don't know who's picking for who until the play starts. And when it happens, like, it's a really quick reaction, but it excites me a lot sometimes. Yeah.
Anything better though than a nose tackle getting a sack?
Nah, maybe a pick.
Hammond, could you talk a little bit about your progress from high school as a player till now, and the patience that they showed with you and you showed with them?
You talking about like the coaching and stuff? Like,
They talk about you staying, let's say, with Rich Rod, but you stayed and put in your time here.
so you talking? Okay. Yeah, it was different, because in high school I came in as a quarterback, and then I never had played a defensive snap at all up until my sophomore year of high school, and then I got better each year in high school, and then coming into college it was like everything was brand new, because all I knew in high school was to run straight. So once I got to college, then I learned how to strike, and I would say they took their time with me, and then every year I progressed. I mean, I had missed my redshirt freshman year with a concussion, but then I came back the next year and I got some snaps and got my feet wet, and then I kept playing. And then last year I would say I had a decent season, really getting a feel for the game. And then I would say this first game was different, because it was like the game slowed down for me a little bit, and I was really understanding what was going on.
There's an area defensively you think you still need to improve on as a team, or two areas. What are the areas you guys still need to work on?
I would say D-line. We need to how we're attacking blocks. We're still sometimes you can see, like in the film, we're still stepping and not jumping out of our hips sometimes, and keeping not disengaging blocks fast enough while staying in our gaps, having good gap integrity. So I would say that's an area that we need to focus on a little bit more.
And you said you missed 2022 because of a concussion?
Yeah, I broke my foot in the spring, and then I had 2 concussions.
With foot, you know when that's right. Like, you can do stuff and the cast comes off and all that, but concussion's totally different. And those are very different rehabs, different patients, I guess, too. How did you get through one where you know right away, and the other one where it's not up to you really?
The concussion was, the foot was different, because I was still able to walk, but I was just lifting, so I was just like, all right, well, I see my teammates out, because we lift in the weight room, and they were working out on the game field, and it was really easy. Like, okay, I just need to get back there. But once the concussion had happened, that was a little hard, because I was seeing a neurologist, and I didn't know when. Like, sometimes I'd wake up and it would be really hard, and I was just like out of it. So I would say that was a hard time for me.
How big were you as a quarterback in middle school or whatever? If you did you just grow a lot in high school, or were you a big quarterback?
Middle school, I don't think I hit 150 pounds until about my 8th grade year. I was 185 my freshman year as a quarterback. I was about 195 until about week 8 of my sophomore year when I made the change to D-line.
How quickly did the rest of the weight come?
It came fast. I think junior year I went from 185 to 245, and then senior year 245 to 275.
What makes you feel any better when you get to our age, it gets even faster.
I hope not.
Thanks, Hammond.